Hello and welcome to another Game Shed video. My name's Mark and this is Super Mario World on the SNES. Why did I choose this one? Well, if you were a child of the 80s, 90s, then you'll know exactly why I've chosen this one. This is a classic, it hasn't aged and it still plays brilliantly. So yeah, I absolutely love this game. It was one of my first SNES games. And seeing as it was sort of a launch title for the Famicom and the SNES, both in Japan, USA, EU and Australia, it's quite clear that most people, pretty much everyone that had a SNES, unless you bought it off a mate and they kept the game or something weird, you had this game. You loved this game. It's brilliant. So yeah, first release was the Japanese release, which was in 1990, November of that year. Now, quite a while later, August 91 was the North American release, which to me seems like quite a while. It's quite a gap there. And then in PAL regions, well, the EU regions, it was April 92. So that was almost another year later. It came out in EU, and then Australia in July 92. So there's massive gaps there, but it's still, everyone loved this game, and me and myself included. This was the fourth game in the Super Mario series, and was based around Mario and Luigi saving Dinosaur Land basically from the evil Bowser, as always. And as you can see, the graphics brilliant. They stood the test of time perfectly, and bullet bill there. Like a bit of that, straight from the Game Shed logo. There were 7 worlds altogether, and each world had a whole bunch of different levels. So what I'm going to do in this video is basically do the first world up to the castle. So that was the first level, and I'm climbing the ladder now. Jump straight up, and there's a yellow switch. Now, there was a bunch of different coloured switches in the game. The reason being, you push the switches to change boxes from see-through to being a solid box. So now, once I've done all these coins, there's quite a few, you'll find that there's a massive switch at the end. So let's watch this. Watch Mario run to the end, arms out, jump on the switch, boom. So yeah, as you can see, the power of the switch you have pushed will turn those clear boxes into solid yellow boxes. Your progress will also be saved. So yeah, this gives you the chance to save. There goes all the yellow boxes, all flying out to all the different levels. Now in this video, I'm only going to do up to the first castle. It would take me too long otherwise, but I figure this can be part 1. Part 2, I'll do the next section up to the next castle. So it's quite a nice point to get to. So yeah, I've got firepower here, blasting up loads of things with that. And a new addition to this game over the old NES games was this. It's Yoshi. Now, if you don't know Yoshi, I don't know where you've been. You've been under a rock somewhere. This was the first appearance of Yoshi, and what a great appearance, really. He does so much cool stuff in this. He'll eat anything, obviously, standard Yoshi. Ignore me pausing it there, I can't remember why I paused that. Eats everything, the fruit from the bushes. He'll eat enemies and spit them out. Different enemies he'll spit out in different ways. And yeah, he can jump high, and yeah, he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What a fantastic introduction. I did read somewhere that the creators wanted to introduce Yoshi or a secondary character into the earlier NES games, but the NES wouldn't really have handled it, and so they took their opportunity with this SNES version of Super Mario, and stuck a second character in, and what a great idea that was. Absolutely love Yoshi, and he's continued on to this day. So Super Mario World, it sold over 20 million copies worldwide. Now that's mental. A good way to kind of gauge how popular this game actually is and was and whatever is the fact that it sold 20 million copies worldwide, roundabouts, above that. But anyway, the next game down in that list was Donkey Kong Country, right, which sold 9 million, so that's less than half. Obviously those figures probably slightly different, but yeah, you get the idea. This was the most popular game, but I mean obviously it was also the launch title, so you'll find that a lot of copies were sold because of that, and they probably factored that in. But what a game, and it sold so many copies. Now the game was re-released 3 times all in all. The first time it was re-released was in the Mario All-Stars game. I don't know if you remember that on the SNES. That was in 1994 and was part of the pack. There was a lot of games in that cartridge, but great idea and pulled off beautifully. There goes Yoshi. Lost him. The next time it was re-released was on the Game Boy Advance, which was Super Mario Advance 2. And it was decent, yeah, obviously. Still the same game, it's brilliant, and that was the handheld version. The last version, last time it was re-released, was on the Wii Virtual Console in 2007, which is lovely. It means that people who have a Wii can play retro games like this without having to buy a SNES, without having to buy the cartridges, you know. So younger people who didn't grow up in those times, they might want to play these games, you know, and they might not want to have to go sort of through a basket in a car boot sale trying to find one, or on eBay sort of paying extortionate prices. So yeah, that's great. You'll notice that I've been collecting the dragon coins, which are the larger coins. If you collect 5 of those in a level, I don't know why I was jumping about there, what an idiot. If you collect 5 of those in a level, you get an extra life. Now it's the same as if you collect 100 coins. You collect 100 coins, you get an extra life. You can just keep building those, and you can go over the levels again, collect those same coins again and get another extra life. So it may be worth just going back to the first level and doing it a whole bunch of times to get a whole bunch of extra lives, but boring in my opinion. Might as well just play on with the game. And so far I'm doing alright. Loving it, enjoying it, and yeah, it's been a while since I've played this properly. Maybe a year or 2. I don't know how I've left it that long, it's ridiculous, but there you go. Been trying to play so many other games that these sort of games are taking a bit of a backseat, so this is why I wanted to play it. There you go, Yoshi shooting fire. On the subject of Yoshi, while I'm talking about him, in this game there are 4 different Yoshis. Now I'm not going to go into detail because hopefully I'll show you them throughout the series, but what you find with the different Yoshis is they do different things. This Yoshi, the green Yoshi, blows fire when he grabs an enemy in his mouth. So yeah, that's his power. Now I'm not going to tell you the others, but I'll tell you their colours. There is a blue Yoshi, there is a red Yoshi, there is the green Yoshi which you're looking at the moment, and there is a yellow Yoshi. So what I'll do is I'll show you those throughout this series, and yeah, if there's anything in particular you want to see Yoshi doing, I'm sure you'll see it in videos coming up. Reading a little bit about the game before I started playing it again, I read a little piece saying that it took 16 people, 16 coders, 3 years to make this game. Now I don't know about you, but that seems like quite a long time, but they obviously put in quite an effort and made a great game, so you can't complain. 16 people, probably cramped up in an office, small little Nintendo office somewhere. Yeah, but I did read after that also that Nintendo think that there wasn't enough put into it and that more could have been done with it, but in my opinion this game is fantastic and did so much at the time for so many people. So yeah, Second to last level here, just before we get to the castle. At this stage, I'd just quickly like to give a big shout out to Steve Reiner on Twitter. Twitter name is @HSReiner, RINER 1984. Mate, when I mentioned Super Mario World yesterday on Twitter, Steve was all over it, and he obviously loves the game, and had even talked about playing it with his eldest daughter. So a big shout out to Steve's eldest daughter, Desire. Glad you like this game. This is a proper retro classic, so thank you for watching. Hope you're liking the gameplay so far, and would love to get a comment from you guys on how you see this, and whether you've enjoyed it. So hello to Steve and hello to Desire. Thanks for watching me sitting here playing Super Mario World. It is one of my favourite games, and I'm really glad that I get to share it with you all, so cheers for that. Back down the tube, up we come. And what is a bit cheeky here, I think it's at this bit, yeah, dragon coin there. So if you just carried on forwards, you would have missed out on that dragon coin. There's a secret power button there as well, so if you do that, it lets you run straight across here. And there's an extra bit there. Oh, I've lost Yoshi. Well done. Still got my firepower, but it's useless against these massive spiky balls. Right, another dragon coin there. You see I got one up from that one. That means that was the 5th one, and that was all of them. So here we go, the end of the level. Now this gate, it's worth getting as many bonus points as you can from this, because when you rack up 100 bonus points, you get to go to the bonus stage. The most you can get from those gates is 50. So you only need to get full on 2 of them to get the 100 bonus points to get to that bonus stage. Right, here we go. The first castle. It's Iggy's castle. This is one of Bowser's 7 children who are guarding the dinosaur land. 7 children. It's been busy. I wonder who Mrs. Bowser is. Anyone got any idea? Because all he ever does is kidnap Peach, or whichever princess is about. I don't know if he kidnaps other princesses that we don't know about in his spare time. But yeah, we never see Mrs. Bowser really that I can remember. So if you know about Mrs. Bowser, then comment, tell me, because I'm either being an idiot or yeah. But he's got 7 kids in this game, and they've got 7 castles, and that's the 7 worlds. So this is Iggy from the first world, and this is his castle. So it's lovely the way you can go either side of the fence here just by punching that little panel, and you can punch the front of the fence. Punch the fence and it knocks any enemy that's on the other side. So there you go. If you go to the other side, jump up, you switch sides, punch the fence again on that panel, and you go to the other side, and so on and so forth. So here we go. It's the final part of this level. Slightly tricky, this part. You've got to realise where the these big things are clomping down, and make sure you're not underneath, because it is going to kill you. Definitely a patience game, this one. This is one of the easier of those sort of levels. And here's Iggy. Not the most difficult boss to kill. You don't even have to get him 3 times or anything as per a normal Mario boss. You just have to get him off the edge. Get off, and we're done. Cutscene. Thank you, the egg says. Bomb. And you blow up that castle. That's number 1 castle done. Mario's defeated the demented Iggy Koopa. He didn't seem that demented. In castle number 1, and rescued Yoshi's friend, who is still trapped in an egg. Together, they now travel to Donut Land. That's the end of World 1. We move on to World 2, and that's the next video. So thank you very much for watching. My name's Mark, and that was Super Mario World on the SNES. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like my video if you liked it, and comment if you've got any comments. We love comments, because then we can get some feedback from you guys. Get down to Twitter if you're not already, and follow us at GamesShed. Normally we follow back generally, and we just love chatting to like-minded sort of gaming people. So yeah, jump on there. There's loads going on. Finally, get on our website, thegamesshed.com. We've got loads of articles going up there all the time, so keep an eye on that. Thank you very much for watching.